You Kikuyus, you talk about Akimenyi, eh?
Yeah.
Akimenyi. You know Kimenyi?
Someone who knows everything.
Somebody who knows everything. He believes he knows everything.
Yeah.
He is agriculture number one. He is a rally driver number one. He is everything number one. You think our security agencies were so stupid to decide to put that procedure of vetting so that we don't have people who are not Kenyans slipping through and becoming a security threat to this country? You promised 200,000, you deliver 1,000, and you still want to be in the office? On that account alone, Jed, this man should have resigned. This government has overseen abduction of our children. Now their own officers, Serikali is being abducted by Al-Shabaab, and you're still sitting pretty there, chest thumping. You've been defeated. And my good friends, and Somalis are my good friends, that, we've not had access to IDs. Those are few IDs. There are over 10 million Gen Zs, 10 million Jed without IDs. And those 10 million strong, I can tell you 99% of them are voting against William Ruto. Don't talk about a pay slip. Kenyans have no pay slip. They have a tax slip. Okay? Oh. They have no pay slip. They have a tax slip. Grammy Awards, Jed, 500 million. 500 million, whole president lying to Gen Z, lying to Gen Zs. What gives him the idea that he can do as he wishes? This is not his personal house, this is not for going. I think the president needs to stop being simplistic.
Is there a vacuum post-Raila?
Play one clip where Ruto has spoken truthfully.
A very good day to you and welcome to Philip Kisia Unscripted this particular week. I'm so glad that you've joined us once again, as you usually do, for these political conversations. Conversations here that we hope will help our political leaders in making better policy decisions and informed political moves. Our conversation for today is all about one-term presidency. Does Ruto have the numbers? In Northeastern, the president says siasa ni ile hakuna siasa ingine. In 2027 it will be just like other presidential or other elections that he has won. That's my conversation with Philip Kisia. Philip Kisia is a leadership and governance expert, the last Nairobi town clerk CEO of KICC. He was doing there before and is also part of this particular program. He brings the truth as he says it. Kisia, great to see you this particular week. How are you doing?
I'm good, Jed.
Yes?
Yes.
Just good.
You can feel the strength.
I can feel the strength.
Good. I'm fired.
You're fired?
Yeah.
How's the week been for you? What are some of the things that you've noticed that you feel like we should have an engagement before we even look at the numbers for William Ruto? Yeah,
first of all, Jed, allow me to pass condolences to the family of my very good friend, Patrick Luther. He's an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, and we've been friends for about 3 decades. He lost his father last week, and we shall be interning him in Matungu over the weekend. A man of honor, a man who is respected, well-educated, a family man. May God rest his soul in eternal peace. The other person, although, I didn't know him very closely, but I remember going through the system, the Aga Khan system. I went to nursery school in Aga Khan, nursery school, and of course, a part of my primary education was at Aga Khan Primary School. This Karim, His Excellency Karim Aga Khan, a man of honor, a man who invested a lot in areas that benefit humanity, health, education. You've seen how his hospitals are running, and universities all over Africa and all over the world. So, and again, is a very honest man. Again, may God rest his soul in eternal peace. Having said that, Jed, I was reading somewhere, and because we're going to talk a lot about, an individual who believes that he knows, yet maybe he doesn't know.
Okay.
But within himself, he's convinced himself that he's an expert. Okay? I don't know if you've heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Okay? The Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias where you have an individual with very little expert knowledge or no knowledge at all. But that person believes that he has superior expert knowledge and ability. And you know, the results are disastrous when you have such a person, because he or she fails to know and to appreciate the fact that he does not even have the knowledge to know and understand that he doesn't know. A very dangerous person.
Wait, you don't know?
You don't even know
that you
have no ability to know. A very dangerous person to deal with.
Who are we talking about?
A very dangerous person to deal with. I'm not naming names, but by the end of this program, you will know. You will know. And you Kikuyus, you talk about Akimenyi,
Yeah.
Akimenyi. You know Kimenyi?
Someone who knows everything.
Somebody who knows everything. He believes he knows everything. He is agriculture number one. He is a rally driver number one. He is everything number one. Yet, he is last in everything. And his results actually are a testimony to the fact that he is not Akimenyi. He is Bure Kabisa.
Let's get to your highlights for this week. Obviously, we need to start the program, but it's always good if you start by telling us what you've been reflecting on or what you've seen this week.
Well, Jed, a very interesting week. From Western, my good friend and president did a disappearing act. This time, he went to Mandera, Northeastern province, where he invoked Article 27 of the Constitution of Kenya, and he signed a proclamation to the effect that there will be no vetting in counties that border other countries. Somali, Uganda, Tanzania. So there'll be no extra vetting. There'll be no vetting, actually. So he's basically taking that opportunity to ensure that those people who we are not even sure whether they are Kenyans or not, we are not sure. You see, Trump has made it very clear that if you are not an American, there is no way you'll enjoy taxpayers' money. You will not enjoy the rights of Americans. But here, we have a president who is opening the borders. He's opening them wide. Okay? So he has signed it using the powers that have been granted to him by the Constitution. But what we can see is an attempt to gerrymander. Okay?
What do you mean?
Gerrymander. You see, those characters, we don't even know. The vetting was not put there by accident. The vetting was put there by security agencies. And now you understand the Kimenyi, a man who thinks he knows everything. Kimenyi. You think our security agencies were so stupid to decide to put that procedure of vetting so that we don't have people who are not Kenyans slipping through and becoming a security threat to this country. But because it's a short-term thing to President Ruto, he's using it to convince people who live in the borders that he cares for them. We know that this must be an attempt to bring in some votes. We're pretty aware of this one, and I'm sure even with that desperate move, Jed.
You're calling it desperate?
With that desperate move, he is likely to get 1 million votes. And I don't even know that that million votes or that million vote will do anything, because, Jed, I can tell you, and this one I'm addressing the president, do the gerrymandering, get in that million vote that you want to get in. But in the same breath, we have 10 million Gen Zs, people of Kenya, truly Kenyans, who do not have IDs. Using the same breath, Mr. President, please ensure, give an executive order to make sure that our children who don't have IDs, in fact, from the information I've gathered, even there are people, old people, in the rural areas, old folks who don't have IDs, using the same pen, ensure that those 10 million strong Kenyans are given IDs by end of this year. Failure to which, then using the same constitution or any other means, we shall make sure that you know that this country, Kenya, belongs to all of us. So yes, take that million, but the 10 million strong Kenyans, true Kenyans who have no IDs, must be given IDs. The other issue I have, and you know, we've been talking about this on this program for long. The issue of housing. You remember the issue of housing?
Yes.
And we talked about housing. And I told you this thing is a scam. Kenyans, for a long time, they took a long time to understand what I was talking about. But I said, this is a scam. I understand this housing project so well because it is my administration that came up, mooted this idea. But the rollout was nothing but a scam. It was an avenue for people to make money through iron sheets, through steel, through cement. It was not addressing the housing problem. But you remember I raised fundamental issues, questions. I asked, who is going to buy the houses? Where is the uptake? We are giving free land. We are giving you money. Everything is ours. You are bringing some fellows, I don't know from where, collecting some fellows to come and build houses, affordable houses. My question was, the economy is doing so poorly. Who will buy those houses? Now, the minister, the CS, you heard what he said.
Yes.
What did she say?
Now they're constructing 1,000, less than 1,000.
800. Yet Ruto talked about 200,000 units. 200,000 units.
Yes.
Every year. He has been in office for 2 years. Even if the first year we made sure that he was in court because we are telling him you're doing the wrong thing, but he has had a full year. He has not even done 1,000 units. So this is a man who does not know what he's doing. This is a man who does not know what needs to be done. This is a man who surely should not be holding office. Because look at the variance. You promised 200,000, you deliver 1,000, and you still want to be in the office. On that account alone, Jed, this man should have resigned. On that account alone. Leave alone, he promised you people free pantos. Are there pantos? He promised our children diapers. Are there diapers? He promised so many things. He promised the only good thing that Ruto knows, the only true thing that Ruto does, he promises, but he never delivers. That's the only thing that Ruto is known to do. The other thing, the last one, again, taking you back to the memory lane. Memory lane, yeah. Jed, today. Jed, we said that this mission of Haiti, first of all, it was not even our thing. But because the president wanted to behave, you know, he was using this Uncle Tom mentality, good boy mentality, pleasing the egoistic. The Haiti mission had nothing to do with Kenya. We have our own internal challenges. When you have your chiefs, you know, chief, in the rule of folks, a chief is serikal, is government. When you have 5 chiefs, unless they're saying that they organized the abduction, unless they're saying they organized, because President Ruto has already said they'll be back. How does he know they'll be back? How does he even know? And touch wood. How does even President Ruto know that these people are still alive? He's saying, no, I'm going to make sure that these people are back. You should have made sure in the first place that they are not abducted. Because when a government is abducted, this government has overseen abduction of our children. Now their own officers, Serikali is being abducted by Al-Shabaab. And you're still sitting pretty there, chest thumping. You've been defeated.
It says they'll be back.
No, how? You've been defeated. Unless you are saying you are the one who has done it. How do you know they'll be back? And they are not in your hands. The terrorists have taken them. They have gone. They have disappeared with them. 5 of them. Wameshikwa. 5. Jed. Jed, 5. Jed is a serious matter. 5. Not 1, 2, 5. And you're standing on the rooftop there as a president saying that, oh, blah, blah, blah. But let's get back to the point, Jed.
Haiti.
On 26th January this year, the president said that he had received a request from President Trump to provide security diplomacy support to the Haiti government. 26th. Just the other day. Yesterday or day before yesterday, President Trump's administration freezes completely. I say, I don't want that BS. Take your boys back to Kenya. I am not going to give you even $1 of the American taxpayers' money because this is nonsense. This is not even, how does it benefit you as Kenyans? So, look at, in a span of a week, a whole president has made a statement and even telling the whole world, like you're so proud having placed a call to President Macron. Now you're telling us that he even spoke to, they had discussions with the President Trump. Now the same Trump is saying there's no dollar coming through. So I think the question that we've been asking is, we are facing terrorists here in Kenya. 5 of our chiefs have been abducted. Okay? Our children have been abducted. Okay? Where is your priority? What is your priority? Is your priority to take care of DRC and to take care of Haiti or to take care of Kenyans? Is that your priority? Do we even have money? We don't have a budget to take care of our own people, our own security. And you want to waste our taxpayers' money on missions that don't make sense to Kenya? President William Ruto, my good friend, President Trump has made it very clear. You are not receiving $1 of the US taxpayers' money.
You listen.
Bring back our boys home.
The government spokesman
Bring back our boys
says
home.
there's a trust fund, other countries will
What
contribute,
trust fund?
France, Turkey,
Listen,
Italy.
Jed. Listen, Jed.
So it's not
$200 million was promised by the American government. That money is not there. $200 million. When America withdraws from any arrangement, the arrangement collapses.
The other countries.
That is a fact, Jed. The Americans have withdrawn, this thing has collapsed. What fund are they talking about? Bring back our boys. The government already told us they had spent $2 billion of our money. Why are they spending our money if there's some fund somewhere?
Yes.
Some good fund somewhere that is funding this mission, this useless mission. President Ruto, bring back our boys. Bring back our boys. You have no business spending our dollars. Bring back our boys.
Let's get into today's conversation, talking about the numbers of 2027, if we'll actually go there, because there's that debate that the elections might actually come sooner. But does the president have the numbers? He says one-term president for who? The next elections will be familiar to the election patterns will be familiar to other elections that has been there before. He says he has been an MP for 15 years. He has been the deputy president for 10 years. He's president now. Those who are not president, how do they know whether or not he will win? But there's Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, the former, who is spilling a lot of beans. There's Gen Z protests. Salaried workers in Kenya are also complaining about their payslip. Will the president be able to redeem himself with this development tours or even change of policy? That is my conversation today, of course, here with Philip Kisia. Kisia, we're talking about the future of President William Ruto, whether he has the numbers. He's very confident, I must say. But I must ask you this. If CS Badi comes and assures Kenyans that there will be no harm to the payslip ever again, not with him being there, do you think some of these policy adjustments would help President Ruto come 2027 when he's back to campaigning? He says now he's not, but siasa atapiga.
Jed, you know, we are used to a man who is used to telling lies, but we've studied him. Some of us have studied him for more than 2 decades. Some of you have studied him for 1 or 2 years, okay? But look for that video, because I want you to understand where we're coming from. Look for that video on the Mandera tour, where the governor of Mandera was talking, addressing the people of Mandera.
Usitishwe na mambo ya 2027. Kuna kura ya kutosha hapa. Kuna kura ya kutosha hapa. Shida ilikuwa ni kupata ID. Leo umetoa hiyo vikwazo ya identity cards. Hapa ID itakuwa nyingi, kura itakuwa nyingi na itakuwa ni yako, Mheshimiwa Rais. Mheshimiwa Rais, yale ambaye yanatugawanya hapa is not because of you, it is because of us. And we want to assure you that regardless of the little politics here, the Somali community, the pastoralist community, has believed that they have had the first president from a pastoralist community through you.
First of all, you can't win with only a few votes that you get from Northeastern province, Mandera. Even with the gerrymandering that you're trying to do. Okay? But what is in that video, already the governor has admitted that there are differences, there are local differences. Already that should send you a warning shot that not everybody is going to support William Ruto. Even in that Mandera, where you're signing executive orders,
They will not support him.
They will not support him. The governor himself has admitted. They're saying, yeah, we are having our own local issues here. Okay? But don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. He should be worried about them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Those things that you're told not to worry about.
Yeah, you should get worried. When you're told don't be worried, you must be worried. Then the other thing that he has said that, the only problem here in Northeastern, in particular Mandera, and my good friends, and Somalis are my good friends, that, we've not had access to IDs. Those are few IDs. There are over 10 million Gen Zs, 10 million Gen without IDs. And those 10 million strong, I can tell you 99% of them are voting against William Ruto. So what is he talking about? The gain, even with all that effort that William Ruto is making, all that hula baloo will give him some little votes. I don't know if they'll make a significant difference. Then, again, Jed. A man is in panic.
Oh.
A man who lives Western Province, where he's supposed to have built 1,000-kilometer roads, now he's going to Mandera. He's going to Mandera. Now, look for that video where this man is not confident. Look, and I'm going to explain to you after you watch that video.
Yeah.
Look for that video, the same president in Mandera, where there's a beautiful dais, presidential dais, where the government has spent a few million shillings to erect a presidential dais. Look for that video, play it.
Hawa magaidi tumewalemea jana kwa sababu ya kutaka kulete hali ya hofu sehemu hii, ati walienda wakashika machifu wetu. I want to promise the people of Mandera, hawa machifu lazima warudi nyumbani, na hawa wakora na wagaidi na wahuni tutabambana na wao. Nimekuja na Deputy Inspector General wa polisi yuko hapa, Bwana Masengeli, na nimemwambia Bwana Masengeli yuko area hapa. Bwana Masengeli nishamueleza ya kwamba juu chini, kulia kushoto, mbele na nyuma, east or west, mpaka mambo haya yatatuliwe.
We call it the home of engineers. We train you how to make engineering drawings. We have a brilliant drawing and detailing program that will not only train you how to draw and detail, but you'll also learn how to draw and detail using the software.
AutoCAD. By the time that you're going to university, you'll be able to do AutoCAD by yourself. Imagine if they are asking you to just do that project for them.
Once you have these tools, you will not only be industry ready, but you will be ahead of your peers in the job market, and it will give you a brilliant competitive edge while looking for a job.
I would like to advise the students who are done with maybe high school, and also if you've graduated from university, colleges, and you've done a course related to civil engineering, building, architect, so that you can join here because it has a lot of practical works.
Welcome to SciTech.
Walikuwa wanafikiria ya kwamba wakifanya hiyo maneno walifanya jana, ati ndio nisikuje hapa. Mimi sio ati nimekuja Mandera. Nimekuja na Mandera na mimi nalala Mandera.
The president is speaking on the roof of his car. Why is this suspect to... It's suspect to me too, but why are you saying he's in panic mode because of this?
Jed, a man with chest thumping, that I'm here, I'm the president, and I've come here to face this Al-Shabaab. You know when you're growing up in Eastlands, you say, hey, Maze, takugonga jo. But then when a guy throws a punch, you find yourself on the floor. Yeah. This is a guy who is in that situation. Okay? Chest thumping. A presidential dais has been prepared for you. People are there. Everything has been put in place. But you decide to address Kenyans from the rooftop of your car. It has never happened before. Yeah. That everything has been laid for you. You are the president. Red carpet. But you are hiding in the car. Yeah. Only lifting your head from the car. Jed. Something is wrong, Jed. Something is wrong.
What is he afraid
Something is wrong.
What do you think?
You see, just I think a day or two before the president went to Mandera, 5 of Serikali were abducted. It's not a laughing matter, Jed. 5. When a government is abducted, a government, Serikali, you're put in Al-Shabaab, and they take off with you. Maybe even they took off with the car, I don't know. But that should send a warning shot to President Ruto. So instead of him chest thumping and talking boisterously and talking tough, let him bring back our chiefs. Then we know he's a serious man. But what really disturbed me is when you're saying, President is saying, they are coming back. Is he hiding them somewhere, Jed? Because saying, these people, Al-Shabaab, if Al-Shabaab, and the way Al-Shabaab operates, these guys are serious. Ni wa kusema na kutenda. When they take off with you, in fact, the only thing you can do is the communities, the elders negotiating. Not President Ruto. They don't listen to him. They don't recognize him. In fact, I suspect that is why he was hiding in the car. I suspect. Because presidential dais, they are prepared, red carpet. But you want to address people from... What is the problem, Mr. President? What's the problem?
Talk to me about now the numbers, because I'm looking at salaried Kenyans, and there's this conversation about the pay slip, and the president was actually saying that they're trying to divide this country based on the pay slip. Do you believe that salaried Kenyans will actually vote for Ruto, even if CS Mbadi comes and says that we'll look at the pay slip, we'll not increase taxes, we'll make sure that the pay slip is decent?
First of all, there's no pay slip. Let's start from there. Do you have a pay slip? No. There's no pay slip. That pay slip, even I saw Peter Salassia's pay slip, the net is 18. From 1.1 million is 18. Loan, tax, chief charge, but not. Yeah, housing, blah. Net is 18. And that's a member of parliament. What about ordinary Kenyans who earn 20,000, 30,000? Do they have anything? So don't talk about a pay slip. Kenyans have no pay slip. They have a tax slip. Okay? Oh. They have no pay slip. They have a tax slip. Because whatever this government promised to put money in people's pockets, they have instead taken away all the money, even whatever was left. Even the little that Uhuru had left, it has been taken away. Jed, this is a situation where you're already in ICU. Okay? In fact, the doctor knows that you're about to die. And because they don't want the bills to increase, they just say, okay, maybe let's pretend that we put them on a life support system and we transfer them to HDU. But you are technically dead. You are technically dead. We are in ICU. They are pretending to move us to HDU. Badi, who is my friend, Badi has not inspired hope in the people. He's only saying that I will not inflict more pain. Has he said? He said, I will not further, there will be no further taxes. Already they have nothing. People have nothing. The only thing you're saying that I will not inflict further pain. Read his statement. Did he say that he's going to finish the pain? He said, I will not inflict further pain. So, in those circumstances, there is no hope for the people of Kenya. What he's only saying that he'll maintain the pain that you have, he'll continue probably giving you painkillers so that you don't feel the pain. There is no hope. This government has no strategy to put money in people's pocket. The only strategy they have is to remove whatever you have. The strategy they have is to inflict maximum pain on the people of Kenya. So don't have hope in the pronouncements made by C.S. Badi. He himself has said, no father, no father.
No further-
What has he said? No father,
pain,
pain.
you say.
So is that giving you hope? Does it give you a modicum of hope? These guys they do not understand how a government is run. They have totally failed, and they should have admitted. We have donated some experts, but maybe they're not enough. So the best thing is to get rid of these fellows. Totally.
Now, you listen to Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. If you look at the numbers from on Kenya, he's coming up and he's giving a lot of revelations, spilling a lot of bins. This week says the president offered him $2 billion to go home and he can buy again, relax a bit. How should the president deal with him? These things, these revelations, everyone is talking about it. And we also saw the new Deputy President Kithure Kindiki in Mount Kenya, in Nyeri. The governor there was claiming that he was not invited to, host the DP there. But what should be the strategy for Ruto when it comes to dealing with Gachagua, who has a lot of secrets because he has been working with him, and he's revealing things one day after day?
Jed, in this program of ours, you and me, we discussed, we're the first people to say, to bring out the good side of Rigathi. We said Rigathi is a truthful man. I don't know if they remember.
Yeah.
It's about
Maybe
10 months ago or so.
A year ago.
About a year ago, we're the ones who started saying that Rigathi is a truthful man. And I think Rigathi should have paid us. Now he's using it, I'm a truthful man. People sometimes should respect intellectual property. We say this on this show. And I have every reason to believe that Rigathi was speaking truthfully. This is a government of bribing people. That's what they are good at. Yeah, you heard what Rigathi said. State House, there are sacks of money for bribing people. You go there, as MPs, we are told 100K. Other people, I don't know how much they're given. Now even Karen is a crime scene. Sacks of money for bribing people. At least that's what Rigathi has told us. Okay? What I can tell you, Jed, that we are in a most dangerous and difficult space. Okay? And it does not matter what the president does or attempts to do, including using Professor Kindiki to try and woo back Mount Kenya. The mountain left him long ago. They left him. And they have left him en masse, complete 101%. And they are not coming back. Because I talk to people from Central, the mountain, and they're saying they have no business with him. They are done with him.
So what is Kindiki?
In fact, they said, because I was talking to them the other day, and they said, forget about even Uhuru Kenyatta. Even if today William Ruto brought Dedan Kimathi, even if he brought Jomo Kenyatta, they will not change their position. So bringing Kindiki, who in my view is a good man, but he has no powers to do anything, because the boss does everything. He's a Kimenyi boss who doing everything. So put in that situation that you have no powers to do anything, that you must consult, look at your back all the time, and then also given the fact that by nature he's not charismatic. He's not. He doesn't have the oomph of getting stuff done, mobilizing guys and, getting things done. He doesn't have it. That is him. He's a soft guy. And in this type of arrangement, you don't need soft power. This is you need hard tackles. This is not a man who can tackle people. You saw the other day, he was even attacking Cecil Mbarire and saying, as the national chairman of our party, what business do you have staying in the party, or being chairman, national chairman, if you can allow people of Embu to heckle the president? And you remember Jed asked, What did Kindiki expect Sisi Mbarire to do? But the point I'm trying to make, Jed, is that we are dealing with somebody who is totally naive. He's a naive fellow. He's a good guy, but naive. He does not understand that the mountain has shifted. No amount of bribery will change anything. Now, on top of that, we have CS JB Muturi. Muturi has told them stuff. Muturi has told them on their face that they are naked, completely naked. Muturi has now joined the ranks of Rigi G, of speaking truthfully, of facing the president, facing the boss, and telling the boss, you are completely naked. Do something about it. So, it's a waste of time, if you ask me.
It's not
complete waste of time.
Mount Kenya is gone.
Complete. And that is why there's an attempt to gerrymander, using those border fellows, you know, making it easy for them to come through, expecting that they can pay back. You can remind them that, you know, you are now a Kenyan because of you know, the interventions that I made. Western Province, you can forget it, Jed. He's not getting any kura. He's getting nothing from Western Province. Zero.
We will get there. We've gone to French, but we'll get there. But you're talking about gerrymandering, and I'm thinking about Gen Zs. I'm thinking about young people that we've seen demonstrating this week because of the loans to go to school, you know. The new education funding model, people are not getting it. Help, I think we're going back to help for a while. And I'm just thinking, can the president be able to woo this decentralized youth that are protesting and they are showing that they have no interest in this regime? Is there anything that he can do to at least get some numbers from my people?
Jed, you should be answering that question. Surely, Jed. A president who lied to you about basic things like pantos. You know, you youth, without pantos, you cannot operate. You rather not even have food, but have pantos. Am I right?
Yes.
So a president who cannot deliver those free bundles, a president who cannot deliver diapers to the young millennials, mothers who are giving birth, he cannot deliver what he promised, diapers. A man who cannot deliver anything to the youth, a man whose program on, what do you call this loan system that he came up with?
The new funding model.
No, forget about the funding model.
Hustler Fund.
The Hustler Fund. Do you hear him talk about Hustler Fund anymore? No. It's dead. It's like dead like a dodo. Do you hear him talking about it? No. Do you hear him? The funding model now, if you read, I think I've just read something on social media, you know, that now they're hiding behind the courts, that the courts have directed that we go back to the old funding model. President Ruto has been attempting to use the millennials and Gen Zs as guinea pigs, using our children as guinea pigs. Why did you even come up with this useless new model without proper consultation, without proper research, without involving the stakeholders, without running, you know, when you come up with a new thing, you don't take it full throttle. You know, the rollout must be very measured. You start it in small bits, okay? You say, okay, there are 47 counties in Kenya. Maybe to start off, let me see how it works in 3 counties. You know, when you are starting a new thing, the point I'm making, Jed, is you don't go, you roll it out 100% because it's bound to fail. But the question that people are asking themselves is that what was wrong with the old funding model? And it was working. You should just have found a way of making it better. But I think even, forget about making the funding model better. My president, Kibaki, gave us free primary education within 100 days. Uhuru Kenyatta Muigai gave us free secondary education. You have billions of shillings on this bursary thing and bursary that and bursary that. Why can't you give our children free university education?
So that we have
you want to benchmark
free.
Kenya against the best in the world, like you know, Sweden and the Netherlands and Germany and so on and so forth, where they collect taxes and use them properly. They don't steal taxes. People there in Germany and in Europe, they don't steal taxes. They collect taxes and use in universal healthcare and use in educating their children. Here we collect taxes and we steal them. That is why we are unable to provide free university education. It is possible. How many billions do you need? How many billions are going through this bursary thing? How many billions are you stealing? They have admitted, their own government admitted, that they lose 3 billion daily on corruption. Just, please, in fact, still half. Leave us half to educate our children and to provide free universal health care. And to fund other programs. For the time being, still half. But when we take over government, we shall force you to account for the money that you've stolen from the public. Because I can tell you, once we take over government, in the first 100 days, there'll be executive orders. Like this Shifsha out, VAT down, a cost of living down, because we'll not be stealing. You don't need any magic to fix this country. You need just honest people. And I was talking to some Gen Z, say, you know what, Daddy, we just need honest leadership. Give us honest leadership, and this country will be great. The country had taken off, but I'm telling you that the country is nose-diving. And if something is not done fast, we are losing it.
You know, experts argue this traditional, ways of getting votes will not work this time around. But we're seeing the president in development tours, which many believe this is an attempt to woo these regions. There is Western, there is Northeastern. From where you sit, how would you advise the president if he was to ask you, well, people are telling me not to do this, things have changed, and the president is still saying this pattern that has been there before is the pattern that will be in 2027. What would you tell him?
Pipe dream. The man is in slumber, the man is dreaming. And the faster he wakes up, the better for him. Otherwise, he may collapse through some shock therapy. Okay? And even before maybe I answer that question, Jed, look for that video, the so-called the development tour of Mandera. Just look for that video, play it. So I think it's about 1.5 minutes.
Originally it was 800 or 1.5. So my friend, June.
You yourself, in your question that you've asked me, you said it's a development tour. Have you seen development in that video? A president shamelessly going to inspect excavation of soil. Excavation. Did you see any development there? Excavation. This is a sign of a man who is extremely and dangerously, and dangerously what? He is in bad space. He's in a corner. The man is in total panic. Because when you see somebody doing things out of desperation, like going to the launch excavation of the soil and walking around for 2 minutes, it is supposed to be a water and sanitation plant. As a president, I would have forgiven him, although that is a job of Messias, if I'm the president. Okay? And I can tell you, if you allowed me just to run this country even for 6 months, you'll see the change. I'll show him how to govern. The job of launch, in fact, as a president, I would have forgiven him if he was commissioning the water and sanitation project. Commissioning, not excavating soil. That one I'll leave it even to an MCA to do. It was no job of president. So what you're calling a development is fake. Those are useless things that you never saw someone like it. But even Uhuru Kenyatta never did those things. Of going to oversee excavation of soil, and you're calling it a launch. We want to see serious development. Go there as a president, say, this water and sanitation plant, we spend 4 billion. It is going to serve the people of Mandera. I've sorted out the issue of water and sanitation. Don't go to oversee excavation of soil and you're calling that a great thing. That's not a job of a president. Go and commission projects. The other thing, Jed, and Rigathi warned us, let us not fall into the trap. All these projects are budgeted for. These roadside declarations, I'm going to do this, he does not have power to do anything. He does not have his own money to roll out projects. All projects are budgeted for by Parliament. Okay? They are not his they are budgeted for. There must be a budget. So if you go to Western, like he did, why didn't he show us the 200-300 kilometers of roads that he has built? Why didn't he show us those roads? Now he's taken off to Mandera to oversee excavation of Nini. Jed, Kenyans should smell the coffee and wake up. Projects are budgeted for. If there's no budget, there's no project. That's a fake project. That's a political project. And what Ruto right now is doing this launching of political projects. He goes somewhere and says, oh, nitajenga, nitatenga, nitafanya namna hiyo. No, stop this nonsense, Mr. President. Go to places and commission projects. There's no opportunity for the president to hand out projects. He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the resources. The resources are allocated by Parliament. It is not his personal money. So where is he getting money to say kupanga na kutenga na kutengeleza na kufanya na kufanya? This man is living in the Kanu era. He should wake up and know that he's dealing with a population that is smart, extremely smart. And that is why they're able to remind him of the things that he said even 2-3 years ago. You said you'll do it. Why haven't you done it? Now, if he thinks that the things he's saying now will be forgotten, he's in for a rude shock. And you see, these projects run into billions. These are not groundnuts. Apana njugu that you can just dish out like this, or mandazi you can dish out. These are mega projects that need money. And this government is broke. It's broke. It has no money even to pay for projects that have been already completed. It's a broke government. That's why from 200,000 units of houses, they have done 800 in their own admission. CS said that, sorry. Actually, you know what the CS was saying? That don't blame me, I'm just a messenger. I know someone said 200,000. Reality check, 800,000 units. 800 units, sorry.
800 units.
Yeah.
Now, with all this that is happening, Ruto has downplayed concerns about 2027. He says, we will win 2027. When it comes to politics, I know politics. Let's watch this video.
Tishwa, sijui, sijui one term, sijui how many terms, sijui nini. That is not my concern. 2027, kwani 2027 itakuwa uchaguzi tofauti kuliko ile yote tumefanya? Kwani iko shida gani? Watu watulize boli, mambo ya 2027 tutakutana 2027. Hakuna uchaguzi this year. Hakuna uchaguzi next year. Si uchaguzi ni 2027. Sasa watulize boli. Mimi nimekuwa mjumbe miaka 15. Mimi nimekuwa naibu ya rais miaka 10. Ndio huyu mimi ni rais. Miaka itakuwa 5. Sasa mtu atanitisha na kitu gani? Ati nisikue nini? What is it that I have not become? Tunaelewana? So, hii mambo yako sijui nini. Na kwanza hata shida ya wale wananitisha ni mtu ambaye hajawahi kuwa rais, ajui hata vile ya kukuwa rais inakuanga namna gani. Sasa wewe,
would you say Ruto has a guarantee path to winning. If you listen to him, says 15 years I've been doing this, 10 years I've been deputy president, I have won presidency, this guy is competing with me, don't know what being a president means. Is his presidency at risk sooner than 2027?
You know, this is a man who's on his way out. He's on his way out. Because, you see, if he's not in panic, why is he even commenting? Why is it bothering him? Because if you are not in panic mode, why is he commenting on matters that should not concern him? You know, the president has a job. And rightfully so, he has said he has a job to supervise, to ensure that what he promised is delivered. The road infrastructure, electricity in homes, education which is failing, and so on and so forth. That is his job. He keeps on talking about transforming the country. But transforming the country in what context? Transforming the country in what way? I think his transformation is just in his head. We are not seeing things being done practically to confirm that Kenya indeed is in the process of being transformed. So this transformation of his is a pipe dream. And in fact, if he continues with his lies, he will be lucky to survive until 2027. He'll be lucky. Because Kenyans will demand that he be removed. He be removed on account of Chapter 6. That's why I'm seeing Kenyans going. Integrity. And non-performance. Kenyans will be telling him, and Kenyans are already telling him that, boss, you have failed. You have failed totally. You have failed miserably. Allow somebody else to sit on the steering and to show you how the job can be done. Allow Philip Kisia to sit on that seat for just 6 months, and I show you how jobs are supposed to be done. I will not be on the rooftop and going to marketplaces and making pronouncements. I'll be in the office doing the job. That is a job of a president. He has a job cut out for him. He should not be bothered with opposition. Oppositions are doing their job to remind him that you are failing. That is the job of opposition, of saying, this one you've not done, this you've not done well. So why is he panicking? If he had done the job properly, Kenyans are not stupid, Kenyans are not dumb, Kenyans would be seeing what, if you build thicker super highway, so we saw. So we saw. Did Kibaki have to go around saying, nah, super thicker? Did you even hear him mentioning? Other than the day he came to commission, did you hear Kibaki talking about it? Did you hear Uhuru talking about express from morning to evening? But you can see it. So when you are doing a job, let the job speak for itself. Don't struggle to tell us that you are doing a job when you know for sure that you are not doing the job. And in any event, I think my friend Peter Salasia has answered him. He answered him yesterday. Is it yesterday or today? Because you're saying, you know, I've been an MP. True, you've been an MP. I've been a deputy president. True, you've been a deputy president. Now you've been president. What is there for you to show us? What can you show us with those public offices that you've held? What is there for you? Show us something. What is your legacy? Your legacy is in the negative. Your legacy is in the red. Your legacy is bad if there's any legacy to leaving. If you're leaving legacy to the people of Kenya, it's a failed legacy. A legacy that we want to forget about like yesterday. Okay? And in any event, Jed, this man who is talking about, complaining about other people campaigning, when we are doing our job is to critique. Our job is to, to monitor and evaluate. That's our job. We are doing our job. He should do the job of doing it. Not the job of questioning why we're doing our jobs. Okay? The man has failed, and but I like the way Peter Salasia, my friend, has responded to him. Peter has also told him, Bwana, even me, I own a seat. I didn't have a wife. Seen a pipi. I didn't have a house. I didn't even have a car. At least him, he had all those things. At least he had all those things. And a lot of resources, particularly financial resources, to roll out the campaign. He campaigned for 9 years. So let him allow us to do our jobs. Let him stop panicking and sit down in the office and do the job. Otherwise, forget about 2027. We shall get rid of him before 2027. Mr. President, sit down in the office and do your job.
Well, thanks for tuning in to that conversation all about where will Ruto get his numbers. Kisia dismissing one after the other, says the numbers are simply not there. The only way for Kisia is gerrymandering. Thanks for tuning in. Just as always, Kisia, final words as we head over for the weekend.
Well, Jed, look for that video. It's a short one. I think it's about 50 seconds. Muribalam, the one Rigathi, that one.
Okay.
Alienda kwenu siku 6. Kwetu he was there 6 days out of 7 every week. Hakuna kanisa hajaingia. Hakuna barabara hajui kwa jina. Hakuna soko hajui kwa jina. And he would memorize. We were very impressed. Anataja barabara, Wakikuyu wanasema This man alikuwa anakuja kuangalia osho. Sasa anakuja kwenu msangarere. Mwivalamu. That is the same script. Nyinyi mkikubali mutalia vile watu ya mlima wanalia.
The President Rigathi Gachagua talking about the script. Everyone knows Ruto's script.
I started off by saying that this is a Kimenyi president. I have also added and demonstrated that Ruto is a liar. He's lied to agencies, he's lied to our mothers, he's lied to everybody. He's even lied to the church. There will be no abductions, extrajudicial killings. He's lied. He's lied, and everybody has now come to understand and know that this is a man who can never speak truthfully. So, please take the warning by Rigathi a bit more seriously. When he comes to your place, in Western he say, Musangarire. When he goes to Moranga, say, Khosangare tawe. And he says, Muribalamu. Say, Muribalamu tawe. We are not okay. We are in pain. We are suffering, Mr. President. Those things we talk about only happen in your homestead and a few of your fellows who, of course, are having life good with you. And then, finally, Jed. Finally, Jed. This is a man who cannot be trusted, a liar. He cannot be trusted.
Just cut, yeah.
He cannot be trusted, Jed. Sure.
Yes.
Grammy Awards. Grammy Awards, Jed. 500 million. 500 million. Whole president lying to Gen Z, lying to Gen Zs. You forgotten? Ask him where's this bloody Grammy Awards. Yeah. You guys must ask him. Gen Z.
It happened.
Ask him. It happened where? It's supposed to have happened on 5th.
Yes.
5th, eh?
It happened.
It happened, eh?
Yes.
It happened in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya.
It didn't happen in Kenya.
And then reminding about pandos. Pandos! Remind this man that before he talks about big things, let him bring pandos, free pandos.
Thanks for tuning into that conversation with Philip Kisia. Talking about the lie, he says Ruto has no numbers. We need to remind the president that there is so much he needs to do. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day. Share this clip with as many people as possible so that Kenyans get engaged. Kenyans know what is happening in the country. Goodbye for now.
What gives him the idea that he can do as he wishes? This is not his personal house. This is not for going. I think the president needs to stop being simplistic.
Is there a vacuum post Raila?
Play one clip where Ruto has spoken truthfully.